The man himself. Oh, how new is that shirt?
Uh, Section not new at all, but ladies and Jesus.
What's up?
How you doing, brother?
You know,
So camera
Right there.
Got it. Hi
Yeah.
guys.
yeah, Lex. Of course, you know the guy. We have our other Lex casting before. He's always been salty at you that you jacked his name. Any thoughts on that?
There's been like 5, 6 Lexes in the history of Counter-Strike specifically, and you know what? I respect the fact that you go by Lex, but aren't you RN outside of
No,
the
no, no. I'm not. I don't go by Lex.
Oh, look at Lex here. That's due. That's not RN. You don't. Oh man. Now he's gonna feel super disrespected. But
I don't understand. I don't know
All
who
right.
he is. I've never met the guy, but
oh, well, he knows you. I hear about it. Well, let's actually get into the interview. I mean, how you been liking it? This will be your back-to-back victories. You just took map 1 over the only guys that you dropped a map against last time, right?
I believe
It
so. I think
was-
we lost Inferno or something like that last time, and it was like one of the. It was actually even more surprising last time, just because like we had been preparing for maybe a couple months in Chicago up until that point, and like Inferno was our kind of most recent map that we had been working on, and like we've been trying all different kinds of stuff to see if we could be good at it. And online we were, okay at it, so we were comfortable last LAN, and we ended up losing that map, but.
It's kind of odd versus a pug team when you've been so prepared for playing like the online
Sure.
squads and everything.
I mean, to be fair, I think they got a lot of talented kids in their roster. I mean, I've seen these guys play for. I mean, they're young, but I've seen them play for like a couple of years now, and up and coming talent doesn't. I mean, even begin to describe the.
like the
caliber
fragging
of
ability.
player. Yeah, the fragging ability of especially guys like Ye and Shot Up that we played in that last LAN. And I think like we just kind of handled them pretty easily in that first map, but going into the next one, there's still that level of respect where it's like it's not even that they took a map off of us in the last LAN. It's more like we're trying to make sure that every map that we play against, even if it's a lesser skilled team or whatever, just get some sort of practice out of it. I think that's like a big thing that we didn't really do last time. I mean, we just kind of came here, had fun, like. We're up 10-1, like buy some negatives, like have some fun with it, which is okay, but like it's not even meant to be disrespectful. It's just like
Yeah, I'm sure you remember that coming up as a player and everything. Once you're,
Sure.
you're first as a team that you go down and then like, okay, we're just gonna pug you.
Yeah.
So not this time.
No, I think the big thing that we're stressing is, I mean, we're scrimming professional teams, premier teams, main teams, like anything that we can get every single night of the week, as compared to some months ago when we were at the last Windy City was. We were less diligent, I think, in our preparation for anything, be it online or LAN or otherwise. I think we were, compared to what we're doing now, lazy. And these guys, I mean, a lot of it has to do with Hades, our new pickup, just coming in and lighting that fire under our ass to go and do something. And I think it's going to show in the long run for us, but definitely here. I mean, going into Mirage right there, a map that we've been comfortable on, but never have been, in a position or a mindset necessarily of confidence to be like, yeah, like that's our pick or something like that. So when they picked Mirage right off the bat, we're like, okay, that one's good.
Yeah, and the way they approached it, on your T side, it was you guys constantly went A until they kind of stopped you there. The mid control was always being developed, and they never seemed to go for a mid crunch or anything like that. I feel stacked against you guys, their only chance would be to utilize, the prowess of their aim duels, use that young fragging ability, and they kind of let you guys set up. Do you feel like that was a mistake, or?
Well, I don't think it's necessarily a mistake on their part. Like, they had no money control throughout the entire half, right? Like, they must have bought like 4 times.
Yeah,
like,
it was
an
bad.
actual buy, maybe like a full buy, and those guys like Ye needs an op. Like I think it's Zeddy needs an op. Like those guys.
They got 4.
Well, they got a bunch of operas
Yeah.
that like, yeah, they'll rip us to shreds if they get that money control. But one pistol didn't get ecoed, I think, a single time that game, which is big. I mean, that's something where you can't necessarily count on that all the time. Just based on how random CS:GO is and. The pistol specifically, but aside from that, I think them allowing us to set up just allow us to handle those ecos specifically more effectively. And then when it actually came down to the gun rounds, like we just let our ops and I think it's Flow Sick and Anger that are usually working mid depending on the round. So it's just letting them try and get some map control early on, see if we can get a pick, and then regroup and make a decision.
So Cobble, is that a specific pick against Ye and them
Cobble?
squad? You don't remember what you picked, Lex?
We picked Train.
Oh, you picked Train. I thought that was gonna be.
Maybe that is.
All right, we had it wrong then.
Mirage Train overpass.
So if I can remember the last one, they took you to. Went into overtime on Train against these guys last time at the event, but you're still confident against them here? They got 4 ops.
Speak into the mic.
Oh, I should have told you that.
Understood. This chair's like lean back.
Oh yeah.
Be comfy.
Yeah. It's like rocking back and forth. I feel like.
So you're not scared of
Won't
those
be
ops at all
asleep.
on Train? I mean,
No, I think kind of speaking back to how small our map pool when we first came to this LAN last time is like one of our strongest maps online, at least, that we've discovered we have some skill at is Train. And at the LAN last time we were just like, oh well, we should work on this map at some point, because it'd been our veto, and everybody vetoing whatever they want is usually, I mean, it's predictable in some sense, so they can just expect you not to play a map, being any opponent unnecessarily. What is their team name? The LAN Gods?
the land gods. They're ISL power last time. They're just jacking everybody's name.
Right.
So final question. I know you got Eric right at your back there, but how have you enjoyed Mad City?
Oh, I love it. This is actually obviously second time here, but for me, I think coming out to local lands and just events in general, especially as an older player, like we have a very old team. I think we have 3 25-year-olds, a 28-year-old, and a 29-year-old, which is spectacularly old for the CSGO scene. But that said, we've all grown up like going to these events in our local regions and meeting and kind of joining in those communities. And it's a little bit different for us now that we're like on that pro level or whatever.
Yeah.
But we're still a Chicago-based team. We all live in Chicago. Like, why not go support Midwest lands in general if we can? And see if we can have some fun while we're doing it. And
Yeah, I love
you
that.
know, it is there is like some sort of pressure to win, but like at the end of the day, like we're just here to have fun and actually get some practice out of it against some talented players that don't necessarily get noticed as far as the North American CS:GO. But as far as getting noticed is, I mean, concerned. I think these guys are at least raising eyebrows for us. This is an opportunity for them to kind of see what it's like against a really well organized team. I mean, sometimes you just find yourself in a situation where you have one time ever to play a pro team.
Yeah,
and I think
especially
that's a big thing for a lot of players. So.
Yeah, post CGS era, like everything like that. The
Sure.
event's super sparse. So I think it's super cool you guys come out to these. There's a lot of pro teams and everything now that I think are a little too Hollywood for these kind of local scenes and everything like that.
I tell you what,
now.
if I was in E-League, I wouldn't be here right now.
Oh,
But
well, that's the truth.
it's just the truth.
All right, truth right there. Well, thanks, man, and have
for
fun
having
for
me.
getting first place.
Absolutely.
So we'll be right back. Kingdom, full cut, map number 2. We'll be right back.